What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Ask Josh. That's me. I'm your host. I'm Josh. First of all, let me go ahead and just break it down. Now, if you took my advice last week and you bought James Conner, congratulations and you're welcome. He was my #1 guy on the buy low list, and he paid off. He was a #1 running back in fantasy this past week. On the side note to that, if you do own him now, you need to go out and pick up Snell. Not 100% sure about the injury on if he will play this Sunday or not, but just have Snell as a backup. That's a pretty good, just to be sure. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the next week of stuff. Here we go. And I mean, I got some common names that you probably already heard, but I got some other names that you probably haven't. So let's go into the sell high. And my first one on this list is going to be Stephon Diggs. Yeah, I was exactly like I did last week with Will Fuller. Yeah, he had a hat trick on touchdowns. Congratulations if you played him. There was I think a stat was 47% didn't play him, or he was on the bench. I mean, who would have guessed it? Seriously. Some people called it, some people didn't. If you did, take your victory lap. If you didn't, like me, you got hurt by it. Oh well. I still didn't lose, but, it's okay. Anyways, take Stephon Diggs. I've mentioned him before. I think I actually had him. I had him and Thielen, maybe on my first episode. Maybe, I believe. Or we're buying him low. I know it's time to get rid of him. Just get him out. Let's not do this. So, yeah, he had his best week so far. Sell him off. And speaking of his best week so far, that's coming my #2 guy, and that's going to be Devontae Freeman. He's another one of these guys who just, he's been mediocre, low-end RB2 range. He's a great flex play, but just he's not what you drafted him for. If you can get him off your team for, another piece, maybe pair him up with somebody else. Who knows? Maybe if you got him and Diggs together, you can pair them up and get you somebody like maybe Zeke or, somebody like that. Who knows? Spoiler alert. He's on the bye. Another one here I like to bring up is Nick Chubb. Yeah, Nick Chubb has been doing amazing. He's been overperforming at the level from where you bought him. Most drafts and redrafts, he went in the mid-second to early third round, and right now he's putting up some good numbers. So, and the reason why he's on this list, and this is I want to put a little star by his name, and this is for people. You got your people who believe that he's going to be this #1 and stay #1, which is I'm at this point, and you got these other people over here who are kind of iffy on Kareem Hunt's return. Yeah, Kareem Hunt's going to come back after week 10, I believe. He may eat into these targets. He may see more of the pass down roll. Who knows? Who knows? We don't know yet. It's possible. Like I said, 50-50. You can pick what side you're on. If you have him and you don't have Kareem Hunt, maybe send him to the guy who has Kareem Hunt, who's holding him. Your call. This one's kind of iffy for me. Number 4 on this list is Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry. This guy is actually the #4 receiver on the year, I think, in yards. So, I mean, he's really... Nobody ever drafted this kid. And if you did, then, I mean, maybe you're just a fortune teller and you need to do DFS leagues because this guy has been blowing it up. And he's another one of these guys by a little star I want to put by his name. If the matchups for him get pretty hard the next couple of weeks, so it's going to be hard to play him. And I mean, if he's your 3rd or 4th receiver that you picked off waivers after the first week or something, like DJ Chark, then hold him. I mean, you have a great flex option regardless. But if you're looking for something more, need help somewhere else, and he is your 3rd or 4th, then get rid of him. Another one here is one I believe I might have mentioned before. I may not. It might have been on my Twitter. Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah. Another big name that you drafted in the 2nd round who's not producing nowhere close to what you got him for. He's just I've had people like ask me, "What do you think about him?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, if he was me, I'd put him on my bench, wait till he had a big game, and then move him, because that's what people's gonna look at. The name, what he did, could get you some good trade bait. So if you have OBJ, send him. Baker's not the quarterback who we all thought he was going to be this year. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the buy low candidates. And number one, I'm going right back to the same team. I'm going with Juju Smith-Schuster. People may just jump on this ship. Just may do it. And you got to think, Juju is actually going into a bye week. So maybe the owner's even looking more desperate and trying to get a win and willing to sell anybody that they can. So it makes it another notch in your belt if you're trying to go after him. I believe better days are to come with Mason Rudolph, with Juju, and this is what you want. Another one that I've included on this list, who I had last week, is Le'Veon Bell. If you can pull off Le'Veon Bell somehow, you need to try to get him. After the next 2 weeks go by, his schedule opens up to be one of the easiest matchups and running back favored type that you want. This is going to last you and probably up until like playoffs, like the second playoffs, I believe. But like even Miami twice. He has Miami twice in this stretch. He is a guy that I'm targeting to go after right now is Le'Veon Bell. I want them shares wherever I can get them. I'm going after him, and that's one guy you can take to the bank. Another one here is Michael Gallup. And you're probably thinking, not really a big name. You're right, he's not. But Amari Cooper's hurt. I know it was a quad. He may be back this week. He may not. He may sit it out. But if he sets out, Gallup's going to be a good receiver, even in DFS play. And even then, if he don't sit out, he's still a great option for flex. So he's been getting a lot of targets lately. Gallup looks. Check him out. Another one from this Cowboys team that I mentioned earlier, spoiler alert, Ezekiel Elliott. He's just been a steady running back. He ain't been doing, the best. I think he's like number 6 or number 7 on the year right now. He's been giving the owner a pretty steady pace, and the owner's probably happy with him. But if you offer him the right amount, he may just bite. He may give you what you want. I tell you what, I had someone offer me or not offer me, but come to me and ask me about a trade. Would I trade Nick Chubb right now for Zeke? Yeah, I would. And if I was on the other side of that, I'd do it too. Like if I had, if somebody tried to give me Zeke for Nick Chubb, who wouldn't take that? And who wouldn't try to trade Nick Chubb for Zeke? You know what I mean? It goes both ways there. Last on the bye, it's Curtis Samuel. And going into the bye week, this is another one of these players who has a great chance of selling because he's going into the bye week. Maybe the owner don't have no backup plan. Check it out. As long as Kyle Allen stays the quarterback, this is going to be a great buy in the future. And even if you just looking at him for a flex, another flex option, he's the guy you want. I think he actually ranks like top 5 or top 3 even in air yards. I'm not 100% on that. I think I heard that somewhere in the podcast maybe. But yeah, let's break down a little news here. I want to tell you, as many of you might know, Will Disley, he's done for the year. I hate it. I really hate that. He tore his Achilles. Gonna be out. He'll recover though. Luke Wilson, you may have heard that name before, but yeah, Luke Wilson is back. He's gonna be the starting for this team, so go get him. This is also a guy that I would go get, even if I don't need a tight end. I would try to pay up, especially if you're in a fab. I'd probably spend about 8 to 10 on him, just to take that upside chance that maybe he turns out and he has a great week, and then you can take and flip him to the Will Disley owner or whoever needs the tight end. You get you a good little trade piece out of this. That's what I'm gonna do. I have Will Disley. Let me tell you a little story quick. All right, I had Will Disley. I had Mark Andrews, and then in my league, somebody dropped Evan Ingram going into the bye week, and he was hurt. I think it was going to the bye week. It might not have been a bye week. Anyway, he was hurt, and the guy had no choice but to drop Evan Ingram and pick up somebody else. And I went in and I scooped up Evan Ingram. Here I am thinking, high and mighty, I got 3 great tight ends. I'm going to trade one off and get me something good. Disley gets hurt. So now I'm kind of glad I scooped up Evan Ingram. So I'm going to drop Disley and go pick up Luke Wilson if I can. Hold him. If he does good, trade him. So yeah. That's it for the episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do, if you have any kind of questions when it comes to trade related on fantasy, you can hit me up on Twitter at FF_JBlack. It's above my head, as you can see. So that's going to be down below, a link. Just hit me up. Make sure you send me what kind of format you're in and what you're doing. And if all possible, other pieces of your team, maybe just a screenshot of your team. That helps a lot, where I can kind of make an evaluation of what you can do if you can't get what you want. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this kind of stuff, just hit that like button. Let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know. Reach out to me. I'm here to ask any kind of questions, answer any questions, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.